episodes. And episode 1 dropped last week, and episode 2 dropped last week. So
Double dipper.
yeah, so now we're gonna do our talk on episode 2, and I gotta say that one was a lot of fun to watch.
Yes, it was a different change of pace, which is good because especially you're trying to engross somebody into a new show, albeit Star Wars isn't new, but it's new to television. So when you're starting out a new show, you want to be able to keep people going. So having a change of pace from the first one, which was a lot of introduction, a lot of action and stuff, this one was more slow, methodical. Watching them get into the nitty gritty of transportation of said item.
Oh yeah, the transportation was. I mean, and this is hey, now's your warning. Spoilers. If you don't want to be spoiled, come back and watch this after you watched episode 2. Now that that's out of the way, 3, 2, 1. Yes, transporting that bloody egg and that child.
Yeah.
That was so funny watching that thing follow him all the way through.
Oh yeah, it was so great. And then the little, I'm just going to call it Baby Yoda.
Yeah, because nobody else knows yet.
We don't know what it is or what the name is yet, but just that Baby Yoda always just kind of like messing around with him and him not knowing what to do. He just like picks it up, put it back in the pod, come back, picks it up, put it back in the pod.
That was comical. Plus, just that whole thing, it's like he walks back, comes to his ship, and sees the ship is stripped and Jawas.
It was great.
Had to be Jawas.
It had to be Jawas, but the great thing is he was like, the first thing he did was take out his gun and start sniping them. Straight up bounty hunter.
Right. Yeah. And what do you think? So what for me, I think it was the fact that this whole thing is the subtle thing is just him going to get the parts back for his ship and taking off, and it seemed very engrossing.
Yeah, it felt more lifelike than a fantasy epic that you used to seeing with sci-fi, because like I said earlier, it's very nitty gritty. There's very left and right turns. It's not a straightforward narrative because you don't know what's going to happen. He comes to his ship, it's stripped. He attacks them. Then he has to go and bargain with them to get his stuff back. Mm-hmm. And then we got our favorite character come back because, he's got the best line.
Yeah,
yes.
I have spoken. I will help you. I have spoken. Actually, I love the back where he walks up after he's attacked the Jawas and is sitting there, and that guy is sitting there, and he's just like, "I thought you were dead."
Yeah, it's so great, and the good thing about it is they don't overplay that line, because what happens in films or not films or TV where there's a quote that is very famous, they like to overuse it.
Oh yeah.
So that quote's already taken off on the interwebs. So, but they found a way to use it just enough to make it where it's important, prudent, but not overused. So
yeah, I also like how it was very much. Oh, tell me something you really liked about it, because I know I can go on, but
what about the show?
Yeah, what was one of your favorite moments?
My favorite moment is actually it's kind of like the reverse, because the Mandalorian is supposed to be this badass, bad mamma jamma on and then when he goes to fight the beast to get the egg,
the hairy rhino,
watching him get his butt kicked by that thing because it shows that he's not invincible. He is vulnerable.
Oh, he got tore up. I mean, his armor was in pieces.
Because it led to another revelation of the Baby Yoda.
Yes.
Which already had a thought and a theory about it, but it just kind of proves the point that there is some kind of connection to the past. Mm-hmm. Other than he's 50 years old.
Yeah, 50 years old,
but there's a connection to the past.
And that whole fight with the Mandalorian and that hairy rhino, and the end being the knife. It's like, he's just knife is pretty powerful.
I need to go get that knife.
Yeah, I want to get a version of that knife. So what else was another thing about it? I mean, it seems like it really didn't dive too much lore wise. It didn't do a whole. It was like, here's this specific thing we're doing, and then all of the hijinks that go along with it.
Oh yeah, it was more like a slice of life. You're just watching him do his job, but deal with all the mishaps that happen while doing his job.
Yep, and then it's like getting the egg, and then the Jawas having their breakfast.
The Jawas were hilarious, and then
I loved it. It was great.
They were scared at him, and then they started mocking him. So it's just great.
Your accent sounds like a Wookiee. It's like he's just his temper and everything. It's just like
he's like, and then he did the flamethrower.
I think we actually see virtually every Mandalorian armor feature in this episode because he's got the grappling hook, the flamethrower, the rifle.
Everything. Yeah, you see everything and everything under the sun.
I'm sure if he had a jetpack with a missile on it, he probably would have used that at some point too.
All right. So where do you think he's heading off the planet to? Let's put the rumors aside that you told me earlier. But what do you think? What's gonna be in episode 3?
I'm wondering if it's going to be one of those things he's going to get back to where he's turning this in, turning the Baby Yoda in for the reward.
Yeah.
And something out of left field happens.
That's what it seems to be happening. At least in the first 2 episodes, there's always been a left field moment. It's
or either that, or he's going to stop to resupply
what do you
somewhere.
Think, Saladin? I see your head thinking. Over there.
My thought is, where did the other bounty hunter come from?
Oh yeah, there was 2 different impacts.
Correct.
Yeah.
Remember, we had the droid in the first episode, and then we have.
There's going to be more people that's tied to that pack coming after.
Correct. Because the other one wants him dead.
Yeah.
His contract was specifically about bringing it back alive.
Yeah, I meant dead, but mostly alive because the bounty is a lot higher if he comes back.
Well, no, they wanted it alive.
Yeah,
it's just he was being practical in case it died.
But
the droid said it must die.
Yeah.
And
all
then
the other bounties have been kill it.
Yeah.
Done.
Especially the first part of the episode too.
That was a great fight. Yeah. That was just great lead up. So yeah, I think I'm curious to see how that goes. I'm curious to see how much more they're going to keep expanding.
Yeah, I think at least in the first 2 episodes they did a good job of just being very subtle. They weren't overbearing with all the Star Wars stuff or anything about introducing anything. It was just there, and you kind of lived it. Same thing with this episode. You kind of just lived it.
Yeah, and so far, you know what? To be honest, the runtime is surprising to me. Because I don't know if you felt the same way, but I realized especially after watching the second episode, I thought I'd been sitting there for at least an hour.
Oh yeah.
And it was only like a little over 30 minutes. I was like, what? It's so engrossing to see this world.
Yeah, I watched the second episode twice.
Same here.
I liked it the first time, so I had to watch it again.
I watched it, and then Saladin came over. We watched it again, and then we got episode 3 dropping this Friday. So I'm curious to see what world we're going to go to. If we're going to meet another cast member,
maybe.
Because supposedly the chick from Fast and Furious, the 6th one, the one who was palling around with Hobbs in Europe, ended up betraying him. She, from what it looks like, she's in there as a cast member, working with the Mandalorian. So maybe we'll get to finding out what's going on with her.
All right.
Or her introduction. Who knows? But or we'll see Carl Weathers again, because that's always good.
He's part of the guild, so just quick notes.
He runs the guild, so hey.
You'll see him again. But just quick notes. This episode 2 was directed by Rick Famuyiwa, and another one written by Jon Favreau. I'm not familiar with the director so much. Yeah. But Jon Favreau seems to be right on point with the writing. Let's see. Some of his films in here. The Wood, Brown Sugar, Talk to Me, Our Family Wedding, one of my favorite movies, Dope, which came out in 2015. So, mostly indie films.
Okay. No, that's cool. I mean, got in there. It was a great episode. I mean, we see a lot of those classic Star Wars elements. They like the Jawa sandcrawler.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it was just great.
Let's just flame the fires of excitement. I guess who's directing episode 8?
Who?
Taika Waititi.
Episode 8 of The Mandalorian?
Yeah.
So he'll be doing the season finale.
Yes.
All right. I guess we'll just have to wait.
He did do my favorite Thor movie, so.
Well, yeah, and he's doing another one, and it's got, But, so do we know anything about... So we'll figure out who's directing the third one when we talk about the third episode.
Listed here.
Well, we'll talk about it when we get to that.
But I thought I'd drop the 8th one just to flame the fires.
Oh, yeah. We'll get there. This is going to be... We're going to talk about each episode and see how it goes. Anything else on this we want to touch on, or you think we're good for this second episode?
Yeah, it's really good. Really excited and look forward to the third.
Alrighty, well, look for this episode to come out. Looking forward to seeing the episode come out this Friday, and we'll do our next recap as soon as we can. So with that, stay tuned, and we'll see you on the next episode.